Found a woman's body right here.
Yeah, and it was not a complete body.
Something just growled right in my ear. As soon as I came in, I heard right here.
Yeah, that's one of the spirits here. As I'm hanging it on the wall, the face moved. She looked directly at me and smiled, and it startled me. I screamed. I let go of it. This opened up, and everything in this cupboard just went. I felt like I was hit by a car. It hurt so bad.
No.
It just let go of me, dropped me.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. So I've actually made a trip out to New York. I'm actually out here with Chad. Some of you guys may know him. Out here with Brother Frank TV as well. He's literally just pulled in, parking his car. We're at a place called the Bergen house. This place is super haunted.
Don't walk down.
Has tons of history. Sorry? Oh, it's okay. You're all good.
I just hope you don't walk down this with falling.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't be the first time I've fallen through something. All good. I'm just filming like that vlog stuff anyways. But yeah, we're pretty excited to start filming here. There's a very old house behind me. We're going to be here pretty much all night. Are you ready to have some fun?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
I think Chad and I are going to actually be filming together for the next few days. And then I'll be filming a whole bunch of other stuff as well. And then next week I am heading... Actually, this weekend I'm heading back home because next week I'm headed out to Alberta.
Oh, that felt like a snake under my foot.
Ooh.
We do have snakes.
What is the story between the legend of the witches and the Indian burial, whatever? That's where I always.
Well, we're not sure.
Moving up
What
there?
the hell?
What was that?
I don't know. You heard that, right?
Yeah.
We're not even sure if it's
It sounded like
Is there
somebody
like
was
a-
up there.
Is there like a something? I don't know. She's kind of busy right now, but
That was creepy.
it might have actually just been a tree. If there's a tree rubbing against it, it'll make that sound. I can't tell if there's any trees back there though.
catch them in the back of my mom's house
Yeah, there it is again.
and torture them and kill them. We had the orphan train go through here. And we had those kids that disappeared.
It's gotta be a tree. So apparently there are trees back there and they're just rubbing together and making that sound. So that one's debunked, but yeah, apparently a lot happens in here too. So we're gonna be here all night. And I've also made a new best friend here. Mrs. Kitty. She's cute. Apparently she's been, it's just her and her sister left. Unfortunately, a lot of the other ones have been targeted by coyotes in the area, but she's literally just adorable. I love her. I would love to actually take her home, but being from Canada, I think that's going to be a little bit challenging. Don't stand on there, Kitty. Come over here. There's nails and stuff there. Watch. Watch out. Hey. Oh, look at you. You're so cute. I love you. Okay, I guess back to exploring. But yeah, there's a lot of freaking history in this place, and apart from like ghosts and demons and witches, there's also Bigfoot sightings, and apparently some people have seen UFOs. But in this specific area, there have been a lot of reports about Bigfoot. So yeah, we'll see maybe if he decides to show up tonight. But she was literally just telling us that one night there was a bunch of rocks being thrown on the top of the barn here, and they have absolutely no idea how that happened or where it came from. Oh, hello. Oh, you're so cute. Yeah. Oh, thanks for putting your butt in my face. Much appreciated. Alright, kitty cat. Gotta go and do some investigating. We got another little kitty over here. This is her sister. Hi. Oh, you jealous? Eh? Oh. Guess that one's scaredy cat. Probably scared of the camera, to be honest. Oh, wow. Check this out. This house is extremely old. I think that is the original part of the house. So is this where the Bigfoot sighting was?
I was telling a story about a little girl.
Oh, okay.
Your property goes all the way back there.
Wow.
It's a big property, man, isn't it?
It's just under 2 acres.
Mm-hmm.
So we go maybe 15, 20 feet straight back into those woods.
Now, isn't there something? I remember when I was here last time you mentioned, and I didn't go, but is there something like on the other side back there? I remember.
That's up off Andrews Nature Center. That used to
But
be.
was that where some type of Indian burial ground was?
No. That's where
the witches.
The witches.
The witches, that's what it
Oh,
is.
that's down in that direction?
Just the top of the pine trees from
Oh, okay.
That's the next
You
driveway.
can actually drive up there.
You can drive right up to it,
Yeah,
right?
it's an old abandoned tracks. You park at the front and you can walk back, and it'll
That
be
might
on
be
your
a
left
real
as you
cool
walk
place
Yeah.
to go back there.
Go back there.
Just
Yeah,
be
that might be
careful
cool
because
late
there's
at
bears
night.
in the area.
There's bear.
Yeah.
That's it.
Just make
okay.
a lot of noise. Bears
It's okay. I'll fight them.
Hey, bear.
No, if
Yeah.
they say if you make a lot of noise, bears will avoid
Bear
you.
will kind of
Yeah.
go away
Yeah.
unless they're hungry.
And black bears are only 6 feet tall when they stand up anyway.
It's okay. I have a big knife. I'll just
But
stab them.
this is where my mom's garden is.
That works.
Yeah.
Bring it.
Before all
Should have
these
got some
little
bear
fruit
mace.
trees
I
that
think
were
that would be more useful.
This is where her garden
Oh, hello, cutie.
is. And I remember it was almost in line with this walnut
Oh, she's
tree.
just following
My
us
dad was
around.
out here and he was,
Right out here?
yeah, like right where you're
Wow.
standing.
Found a woman's
here.
body right here.
Yeah, and it was not a complete body. There was tufts of hair, and it was still curled. You could tell she had reddish hair, and there was like gray in her hair.
Yeah.
Big tufts like this, like 4 of them at least.
What a spot
maybe
you
more.
picked out.
And there was vertebrae, maybe 7 or 8 like vertebrae. You could tell they were spinal vertebrae, and that was pretty much all the bones that were there. There was a piece of material, white material, and it was clean. It had no stains on it. It didn't look like it was rotted. It looked like it just came out of the washing machine. You know, no wrinkles or anything. And it was like the front of a shirt, but the buttons had been taken off, and it was jagged on the sides, like somebody had ripped it down. And there was a locket, a big gold locket, very fancy. It was about the size of an egg. It had a big, thick chain, and it had a man and a woman inside. And the pictures were in pristine condition as well. And you think for being in the ground, unprotected, they would have been rotted or something, right?
Yeah.
They weren't. And I recognized those people from people I had seen in the house.
Oh, wow.
And as an adult, when I did my research, I found those people because I remembered the initials. And we always called the woman out here Helen, just to give her a name. And come to find out, the man that lived here, his mother-in-law's name was Helen. She lived out of state. And I actually found it, I think it was 1820s, 1830s newspaper article that said that he had put her in a buckboard wagon and he drove her to the train station so that she could catch the train to go home. So if that happened, I don't know how she ended up here.
Interesting.
I have no idea. I would like to find out if she's actually buried in another state somewhere.
Yeah.
Or if
Good
it was
place
truly
to do like
her
a spirit box,
that was
right, or
here.
something?
Yeah.
Probably.
This area?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the
also,
the woman who was buried was who exactly?
I think her name was Helen.
Oh, okay.
Also in the hole, there was like, I'm going to say 10 to 12, maybe little tiny buttons. And you could tell they were handmade buttons because they were a little rough on the edges. And they had little tiny, blue rosebuds painted on them. You could tell they were hand painted. So definitely a woman's buttons, you know, little roses on them.
Got to remember this spot. This would be a cool to check.
Also
Maybe,
out back where I'm going to show you those mounts. Now I'm going to have somebody come in with ground penetrating radar when I can and find out if these are truly graves or not. Now the spirits several times with several different people claim there's 11 people buried back here. And there's like a large mound with 2 smaller ones next to it. But they've also taken like a 1920s, 1930s stove out of here. So I don't know if it's just trash.
Maybe somebody buried.
Right, but if it is graves, I want to clean the trees out and put like
they
a marker
did that.
back
They ripped
there.
apart the Conjuring house
You know?
and they went and looked. I don't know what they ended up finding, but they like kind of mapped it out to where it looked like they were like little graves in the back there.
Right.
That guy goes around all over the place. That's the only
Yeah.
thing he does.
Yeah, I was talking to Nick. Actually, said he might know somebody.
Nick knows the guy. I think he brought him to the Conjuring house. Nick
Yeah.
knows him. There you go.
Yeah, yeah.
Ask Nick about the guy he brought, who did that at the Conjuring house. He'll
Well,
know.
he mentioned him to me
There you
because
go.
he said I'll try to get the guy out here so we can
You're
find
in-
out.
You're in the best hands.
So I'm just waiting.
Flies don't want to stop.
So back here, this is where we
Okay,
have
kitty.
a lot of our Bigfoot stuff
Dude,
going on.
chilling.
It'll come out right here where these trees are. In this little cut here. And go through there. Well, my son was out here one night and he'd been drinking and he was in a hammock. So he was passed out, totally oblivious.
Slept out here in a hammock?
Yeah.
You'd
And
have to be passed out to
I had
sleep out there.
a single investigator in the house and he lived in Niagara Falls. So he left like 12:30, quarter to 1. He didn't stay till 3 in the morning. I don't
How far are
think
you from Buffalo here? 'Cause I'm like always.
I think
'cause all
about
I've seen
an
is-
hour.
It's about an
maybe.
hour, yeah.
See right here, Gasport, same thing, or
I think so.
I
think so.
So this,
But I
man,
don't think this guy was
could have got the funeral home too.
to the end of the driveway
Mhm.
when this thing started screaming. Now my son was passed out. He couldn't hear him. You know, he had been drinking too much. But it was making this god awful noise, and I could feel. I was in the living room window, and I
Yeah.
could feel the vibration in my chest. It was so loud. And Wally had been drinking with him that day, so he was in the other end of the house, passed out. I'm yelling to Wally, "Get the gun! Get away from my kid!" It was crazy. It was very scary.
Yeah.
Always super friendly, the cat.
Oh yeah,
What
both
a
of them are.
gort- That's a
He's
perfect
free.
cat for what I want.
Hey, buddy. Look at you. So,
So if I can find
Brother
a
Frank
home
is
for
thinking
them,
of taking you
because
home.
my
How do you
dogs
feel about that, huh,
aren't
Bash?
Inside, outside.
Yeah, you're excited to you're excited to know that, aren't you?
They go in and out.
You're gonna
I mean,
be
there must-
Brother
maybe
Bash.
There was a pet before we bought the house,
Hey?
'cause there's a back door chute. And
How do you
He's
feel
a very
about that,
lovable
Frank?
kitty.
You got Brother Frank and Brother Bash over here.
yeah.
Right?
I tell you the truth, I really
Look at you. You're awesome. So, I thought it was a girl at first, but he's actually a boy. You know, I didn't check for parts. Alright.
I wonder if your device would, you know, the thing that does the readout, I wonder if you asked it some questions. If,
This is where we
were
have
talking
our
about that
Bigfoot
earlier.
stuff, too.
Oh yeah, the Bigfoot stuff?
Yeah.
So this is where they think the bodies are, right here? Chad?
yeah,
Is that what she said?
The graves.
Oh, there's actual graves.
Where they think the
Picture
graves
of it
are.
right here.
Oh, this is definitely nighttime. Super creepy.
Oh yeah. A few ticks.
These mountains here.
Yeah.
I think this is where the graves are for
This is where the spirits claim that there's people buried, yeah. We haven't been able to confirm it.
As long as there ain't no rattlesnakes, because been there, done that.
See how these trees are all bent together in like little short
Yeah.
fences?
Yeah.
This is what our Bigfoot did. See this big
Oh, wow.
tree here?
Mhm.
There's no bottom to that big tree. That big tree was put there.
Hmm.
Do you see what I mean? It was taken
Yeah.
out of the ground. It didn't fall off of anything. There's nothing for it to come from.
Imagine being that strong if you just rip a tree out of the ground.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd love to be a Bigfoot.
They're making these little. When I had the Bigfoot guys in here, they told me that because we have deer that come through here, they do these little short things so the deer have to slow down and like manipulate through, and it makes their hunting easier. It slows them down so they can catch them easier, which makes sense. You know.
Fit for like
I don't
6
like
months.
those back here.
You're just following us around everywhere
From
we
that
go.
we own right up to that posted sign you see on the tree.
Yeah.
After that, that's all protected wetlands,
Oh, okay.
and on that side too.
Yeah.
So, what, Bash?
Were you trying to tell us something?
Let's go show them the house.
That's like,
Mousers.
guys, there's something else out here with us. You guys better move.
You feel it too?
Not me. But the cats kind of like animals seem to have that extra sense that they
yeah.
they
Now,
catch
there's
something up
something
and
that's
like
going
see
on
stuff.
with this half of the yard
They
too.
definitely sense.
Yeah. My dog definitely does. I saw him get pulled across the living room floor by his leg one night on my
Jeez.
security camera.
I
He
like
was playing
that.
with the orbs, and then all of a sudden he was.
ready to get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get out?
Sometimes
of here?
you
sure he
can
knows.
photograph in this part of the yard, and other times you can't. It's like you have a lens cover on your camera; you just see black.
Interesting.
But when the guy was out here, that little machine that measures milligauss and all that kind of stuff,
Right.
it was well over 700. Now, a couple weekends ago, when that face appeared upstairs, the guy had his little machine and it was over 3,400.
Wow.
Wow.
He
That's
said,
a high one.
yeah, he said he didn't even know the thing went that high.
What's that, the millimeter?
Yeah.
The
yeah,
millimeter,
right?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That thing.
What device is that? One of any of us?
I have one. It detects
He filmed it. He actually filmed it going up that high. You can see the numbers going up that
temperature,
high.
milligauss.
Yeah.
All kinds of
okay, I
stuff.
do. Actually,
He
I
said
think
it
I
was
got
crazy.
one in my suitcase,
Now,
too.
when we used to have people come to investigate and stuff, a lot of times we'd have a big bonfire out here. And they'd come meet us on break and whatever, relax. And we actually quit doing that because one night the house was really quiet. They weren't getting hardly anything in there. And they came out here, and it was cold. It was like the end of October,
Oh yeah.
So we had a big fire going. And it was getting foggy. And it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. And you hear a little girl crying. And then you hear a man yelling at her, like, shut up and come on. And it was so real and so loud that like 3 or 4 of the guys that were here actually got in their cars and went cruising up the road
To
at
see what
that
it
hour
was?
because they thought it was an actual physical person
Yeah.
bugging a little kid. And if they caught the guy, they were going to beat him up, you know? But they never found anything.
Oh, he comes right in your arms to pick him up. Easy.
So I think you gotta take him home, Frank.
He comes like
Come on.
because he's
We've
so
had him
good.
since he was
Hey,
a
Brother
baby.
Bash.
Oh, you have.
Yeah,
And he always just been this like loving.
yeah.
Because that is like amazing.
Yeah, you could tell
Yeah,
he
and his
loves
sister's even
people.
more loving.
That's
Sisters
funny.
inside?
His sister's out here somewhere. She's the one I think may be pregnant.
Oh.
She's smaller than him and has longer fur. They're Maine Coon and
This one doesn't really shed.
Bengal.
Right? And that,
They're Bengal and Maine
is that,
Coon.
is that the Bengal style?
Yeah, Bengal and Maine Coon.
That's-
Yeah, 'cause
Oh, yeah.
underneath
That's why I like
he's
it.
got the leopard
Yeah.
prints on his belly.
Love how he's just following
As long
you.
as you get him, like, a
Specifically.
scratching post, he
Like
won't
we're all
bother you.
moving away and he just literally comes all just
But
right
he's
for
not
you.
fixed. He's not fixed. You have to get him fixed so he
already
doesn't
made.
pee in your
That's
house,
cute.
probably.
You're making it awful tough for me to walk away.
I think Frank's got a new best
'Cause I was
friend.
looking at
A lot of times, she says her name is Bella.
Bella.
Yeah, I actually got a
That's the one?
I had a creepy feeling about her. I found her at
Yeah.
a yard sale and I grabbed her.
Oh yeah?
And I don't like dolls.
Wow. What is that? What is
It's
that?
a Bella.
Is there something that
Haunted
growls?
doll.
Wait, what's in here?
What?
Nothing that
Something
growls.
just growled right in my ear. As soon as I came in, I heard right here.
Yeah, that's one of the spirits here.
He was right here. I thought, I said, is that the cat or the dog? No, something just growled right in my ear.
Yeah.
Wow.
We get things, your phone will get knocked out of your hand or the bottom of your cup will get tipped out of here. Wally and I were sitting here playing cards one night at the bar. My grandson had just been here, one of my grandchildren. And his dad forgot to grab his little package of baby wipes. So I had it sitting there. And I watched that thing come up in the air like this and move over and boom, hit the floor.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was like clear as daylight.
Yeah.
Right here. That's why I looked for a dog. I was like, and then I said to you, you got something here? A dog or something?
Yeah, no, all the animals are
Oh,
outside.
and something growled in my
Except for the
ear.
cat that
Just
followed
a
me
pet
in.
demon or something. No big
Yeah,
deal.
there's a couple of them.
Yeah, I remember there was one in the hallway. You said
Yeah.
that it wasn't too friendly.
Yeah. Now this room was actually part of the backyard when I was a little
Oh,
kid.
this is where was that your mom that was in there the last time?
Yeah.
Somebody was in there.
Yeah, my mother.
Wow.
Now we got a guy out here. We call him Charlie.
You got those good pictures in here? With the,
Yeah.
Oh, there they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Those pictures are.
Now my friend DJ found those in a pawn shop,
Oh yeah?
and the guy's like, "You want those pictures? You can have them.
They are
Just
like.
get them out of my store."
They give that a creep
So he
vibe.
had them at his store because his wife was like, "They're not coming to our house." So I said, "Go ahead, bring." And he had stuff going on at his store, like his clock would fall off the
Yeah.
wall, or the bell would ring when somebody came in. There'd be nobody there. Paintbrush fly across his shop. So I told him, I said, "We got a lot of kids here. Just bring them here. They can play with the kids that are here." A lot of the psychics that come here, they claim that the one on the right is the darker picture, but I believe it's the one on the left. Personally, for me. Now, again, your SLS camera. A lot of people got head and shoulders crawling out of this one right here
Oh, wow.
with the bow. Now, the day I hung those pictures up, I almost broke one of them. I almost broke that one with the bow. Because as I'm hanging it on the wall, the face moved. She looked directly at me and smiled. And it startled me. I screamed. I let go of it. And I caught it against the wall, you know.
Why do they both look so sad?
That was the style back then. These were done in like the 60s. And the artist was Irene Spencer. And it was a popular thing to do sad children then.
Crying.
Yes, yes. She did boys too. It wasn't just little girls.
I didn't get
And-
too much. When I was in here last time, I didn't get nothing. But you had your mom was in here at the time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I don't know.
And Charlie will turn flashlights on and off for you out here. Oh, and if we're talking while something's on TV that he likes, he'll spike the volume on the TV.
Oh really?
And he tells us to make the dog stop barking because he doesn't like the dog to bark.
Oh.
It bothers him.
Beautiful.
He said he slept in the roof. So he sleeps up there with the water damage.
Weird.
Yeah,
Weird place
Yeah.
to stay, I guess.
yeah,
Whoa, whoa, whoa! We just started getting orange over here.
yeah.
Yeah, but now it went right
As
off.
we were
Hey,
talking
Charlie.
about the guy on the roof.
Hey, Charlie.
It
if
went
you're-
right to the orange.
Charlie, take it all the way to the end if you're in here. If that's you.
Hi, Charlie. Can you make the colors go on?
Or if it's one of the kids in here.
I don't know, but it was right here when you were talking. It went.
Did you hear a voice?
Yeah.
I think that was from outside.
No, I just.
It was hard to tell because I think they're in the kitchen.
I hear out there. There's somebody with a dog
Yeah,
walking.
no, I think either her son
only
or
thing I heard
somebody's out
was
there.
came
was
out.
I
Now
heard a
Charlie
growl.
will talk out loud to you as loud as I'm talking to you. We had a Halloween party here.
There it goes. There it goes. Wait a minute. Could it be that I'm bringing this up? Hold on. Let's just. Yeah, that's it. Let's
okay.
eliminate it. I
Alright.
didn't realize when I was going to turn the light switch off. That's it. See?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. At least we know.
What is
We
that?
had one of those
It's like a gimbal
Dollar
or
Generals,
something?
2 foot
what's
tall
that?
skeletons,
What
you
is
know?
that? That's
Hanging
giving
from a
off that
string. This
feed.
is a decoration.
This
Oh.
thing?
And kind of like by
Oh,
mistake,
that just goes with
they
this,
realized
and
that
it tightens
they
it so you don't have
asked
to go
us
crazy
And
up there.
that's
it was
giving
kind
off
of
a...
like a
Yeah.
F reading?
When I'm
That's so
hitting it,
weird.
when it's going there, look. See?
Oh, I guess there must be something
We
in there
also
that's...
Must
this
be
used to
something
have a
magnetic
big
Maybe a
shelf
inside
magnet
there.
itself is in
My
there.
dad built
But I'm
that.
glad because I like to.
And
is it here?
yeah, it was water damaged, so we got rid of the top part. It used to take up that whole wall, and the top part of it was a bookshelf. And we actually had all the books taken off the bookshelf in one fell swoop, except for a Bible. And the Bible was floating in the air open.
Oh,
like
wow.
this. I actually walked up and took it out of the air.
Yeah.
So yeah. And then we go to the kitchen on their own.
They'll swing?
They swing. We used to have an old rotary telephone here that wasn't connected. I just left it there for like decoration, you know.
Yeah.
But we actually had to take it down and get rid of it because it started to ring. And it would ring and ring and ring until you picked it up, and then there'd be nothing there.
Yeah.
Of course, because it wasn't on.
No, that's the part. As soon as you go in
Now-
there, that's what starts giving me the creepy vibe.
We have one of our like little elemental type spirits likes to hang out in this room.
Oh my god, is this
That's the one you were talking to outside.
Oh, hey, I didn't even see you
He
there.
came in to get some dinner. Appearance of kind of like a spider. It has human head, arms, legs, but it has like 6 arms. And it's about this tall. And, oh, I'm sorry.
You're good.
And the very first investigators we had here, he was outside watching his investigators on a camera. They were in here trying to contact the German family that was here. And he actually saw it where you're standing. And he said it crawled up and went across the ceiling and just hung out in this corner for a little bit. And then it just like kind of melded into that corner. Now, right above us is one of the 2 walk-in closets in that room with the portal. And he came, I was still living in Batavia at that time, it was before we moved back here. He came and got me to unlock the house. And he had one of those little machines there that you have in your hand. And he had it about here, and the thing went all the way over as loud as it would go and just stayed there. And even when he had it up in the corner. So, and there's a little girl, Emily. Emma or Emily. I'm not exactly sure. I couldn't really hear it too well. But a lot of times she'll be out here in the kitchen with me. If I'm putting dishes away, sometimes she'll open a cupboard door so I can put the dishes in. Now, we have a couple spirits here that are very offended if you disrespect them because you don't believe in them.
Yeah.
And they become physically violent. I've
Really?
had
Is that
furniture.
the guy in there? The one in that hole?
No, it's different. This spirit is kind of like throughout the house.
Okay. Wow.
He's thrown a mirror. He's thrown batteries. We were here cleaning up, and my friend Jim was sitting on the other side of this window where the curtain is, and he was a non-believer, and he was goofing around. And I had told him, I'm like, Jim, you know you can't do that, and he didn't believe me. This cupboard here where I keep all my plastics, now it's messy. I'll show it to you though. Where I keep all my plastic
Not
stuff.
that messy.
Well, there's glass and stuff more in here now, but there used to be more plastic. And this opened up and everything in this cupboard just went
Wow.
That's when
like
you're
at the
mad-
same
that's when
time,
you're
like 100
angry.
miles an hour. And it was directed directly at Jim. And from the because I was by the bathroom and his sister was here and Jim was there. So by the time that I looked at the cupboard, saw what happened, and glanced back at Jim, he was already in his truck.
Yeah.
I never saw him or heard him get up and move, but he did rather quickly.
Maybe they just didn't like the plastic.
Maybe, I don't know.
Screw
I
you,
think
polyurethane.
They wanted to learn
Right
We have a
across.
couple of these pull chain lights
Yeah.
throughout the house that will turn on by themselves,
Oh,
on and
okay.
off, as well as other lights. We have
Do
fluorescent
they
lamp.
are they get active like when it starts to get little as it gets darker at night? Will the house get more? Or are they just active?
Actually-
no matter what?
we're active day and night. But the type of activity we get during daytime hours is different than what we get at night. Like during the daytime, you will have objects that move. You will see solid, like apparitions that look like real people. That voices, that kind of thing. And at night is when the darker stuff comes out. More heavy stuff, the shadow people, the orbs, the more negative things that play with humans. And not in a pleasant way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this next room here, this was my living room when I was a little girl growing up here.
This is where it starts to get interesting for me, at least.
Now below this room, in the old basement, there was a cistern that my dad had removed. Now we have a shadow person that refers to himself
There was
as
a bed in here last
black.
time,
Yeah,
right? Okay.
yeah. We did have couches and stuff in here.
Yes.
But
okay,
we're
I'm
gonna
not
we're
going
gonna
for this.
redo this room, so we took him out. He refers to himself as Black. That is his name. That's what he is. We actually have him on film. I was talking to some investigators that were here, and they actually filmed him coming up out of the floor and turning to me like this while I'm talking to them about him. And when I was done talking about him, he went back down into the floor. But when my two older boys left.
I'm like, what's that hissing sound? It was you breathing.
Now, when my two older boys graduated from high school, my dad was getting older and he was starting to get sick. So they came to stay with him, you know, to cut the firewood, to clean the driveway out of snow, that kind of thing. So they had a wall with a door here and made this kind of like a makeshift bedroom area that they shared. Now, they were visited by spirits in here, an incubus, succubus type of spirit, which I had no experience with as a child here. So that was new to me. And one weekend when they were gone visiting their father for visitation, I actually came in here. There was a twin bed here. And I had laid, did something touch you?
No, the cat.
Oh, the way you jumped, I thought you got grabbed. So I was curious. And I was laying on the twin bed in here. And I was facing the wall. And I was only in here for maybe 10 or 15 minutes. And I feel this. Like caressing. It started on my leg and it went up, it touched my shoulder. And it was so subtle, I'm like, did I really feel that or was I imagining that? You know, that's how subtle it was. I could feel it, but I still wasn't sure. And then it touched my hair. And it like did one of these in my hair really moved. And then I'm like, okay, I believe him. I'm out of here.
Somebody was...
Yeah. My oldest son, Michael, he actually went online and was looking for protection symbols. So he found a few different types of protection symbols. And the idea that he had was that he would put these symbols on the bedroom door. And when he shut the door at night, it would keep these spirits out of the bedroom so that they could sleep and not be bothered.
Yeah.
And it had no effect. It didn't change.
Isn't that like a pentagram, that one on the right?
No, a pentagram has no circle and the 2 points are at the top so that it looks like a goat head, the skinny part at the bottom.
So what is that? Just
This is called a pentacle.
pentacle.
Yeah, it's a precursor to a cross.
With
That's more
Right,
like
a pentagram has no circle and it's turned upside down.
It's just
pentacle.
So there's one
Pentacle's
point at
more
the
like-
bottom.
Like Wiccan.
Well,
Comes
it
from
goes.
there, right?
Well, Wiccans use them, I guess, but it's
Yeah.
even more. It's even older than Wiccan. It's precursor to the Christian cross, I believe. Don't quote me, but I believe that's what I heard. And then these are one of these is Celtic, I think.
Okay.
And the other one, I'm not sure what it is.
I would have called
The
it.
one that
I would
looks
have called
like
the
a
top.
snowflake?
I would have called
Yeah.
the top one Canadian because snow. But
Right.
Yes.
It
Just
could be
me.
like Norwegian or something. But yeah.
And the other one's got like a
Yeah.
bullseye.
And then and then this doorway here, this is the actual front door to the 1858 house.
Okay.
As you walk into this hallway. And this is where
And that's when this was built in 1858. Correct?
yeah, pre-Civil War 1858.
Okay, 'cause that's what I had. I want to make
And
sure.
this is the bathroom we don't go into because the floor is bad.
Okay.
This is the room I was levitated in. That the
That's-
doll walked
that's
across the
room
dresser.
Where the
That's
levitation.
crazy.
Where'd
Yeah.
Chad go? Chad.
He's over there.
And
somewhere.
also the crib where I had my first experience with spirits. This is the hallway where our non-human guy hangs out.
Is this where the big guy is?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Oh.
it sounded like someone came in the door and walked in the house, but there was nobody over there. That's why I walked over there.
I literally thought that was you.
Oh, that
I was
wasn't
standing
you?
right next to you guys.
I didn't like process when you
I
had
said
walked
goodbye
away.
to someone.
No,
My-
you heard that though, right?
Yeah, I
My
heard
dad used to
something.
live
It sounded like somebody opened the door and came in the house, and I heard
And I actually
footsteps.
said goodbye to some guy one time, putting
That?
his jacket on. And
Sure
I
it's
heard
not just
front
a
door,
cat?
And then I didn't hear the car start.
Well, there's
so
a
I
cat
jumped
right
up
there
off the couch
walking.
and went look, and my
Okay.
dad had already left for work.
Nobody here.
But there
I
was
said goodbye
no
to
one-
something
And no
else.
one was near
said
the
goodbye
door
to
at all
something.
or anything.
Hmm.
That was kind of bizarre.
Now this is my mom's bedroom. It was originally the kitchen in the 1858 house. You got to step down a little bit.
Go ahead, guys. So, did you hear the part where she said that's where she got levitated in that room?
She told me earlier
That's
the story about this room here.
Yep.
Yeah,
right in
where the
there.
bunk beds were in there.
Yep. Oh, they were bunk
so
beds.
were you laying
wow.
on the
I was on the
bed?
top bunk.
So you were, how old were you when that
I was
happened?
about 8,
Oh,
8,
wow.
9.
So this actually is like you were actually physically laying on the bed and the bed itself levitated, or you?
No, I levitated with my blankets.
Wow.
Jeez.
Right up off the bed. And it took me up off of the bed over the side rail and held me about this high in the air with my blankets. And my little sister was on the bottom bunk and she realized what was going on and she went and got my dad. And as soon as my dad was visible in the doorway, whatever had a hold of me let me go and I hit the floor.
You went straight down on the floor from
Straight
up there?
down. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. You-
I felt like I was hit by a car. It hurt so bad.
Now,
It just let go of me, dropped me.
Now, one of these beds, I don't know if it's this one or the one upstairs. There was a couple times, and I didn't sit on the bed whatsoever, but you saw like a butt print in the
Upstairs,
bed. Is it
upstairs.
with a blue? It had a blue,
Yeah.
one a comforter on it.
Yeah.
And you could see like somebody had just gotten off. The butt print appeared,
Yeah.
and then it started. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So
And
you
then-
actually witnessed this, Frank?
Oh yeah. I think that
Yeah.
might even be in my first video. The
Yeah.
door upstairs closed on me. I got
Yeah.
that in my video.
Yeah.
100%. I was
No.
like, oh
Is
my
this
god.
Is this too bright? Should
No,
I
I'm
look?
fine.
Okay.
I'm used to it.
I just want to make sure.
This was the kitchen, and the grandmother, Karina, for the German family, likes to hang out here. Now, she always told us her name was Cora, so she had us call her Cora instead of Karina. Now, Channel 21, one of their producers, does like a haunted vlog kind of thing, and she travels around to different places, and she spoke perfect German. And she actually got Karina to answer her and to show herself on demand like 3 or 4 times in the
Yeah.
corner. So yeah, these lights turn on and off. You get this when you're sleeping at night a lot of times. Like something just bumping the bed to wake you up. Lots of shadows and stuff in this room. I don't like this room. I don't like this room.
Yeah,
at
the
all.
one upstairs
Okay.
kind of got me. Even this hallway going upstairs,
Yeah. It
I like
gets-
felt like
it
I had to
gets
like
worse.
zip up. It was like, what is that?
Yeah, as you go
It's like
up, it
something
gets more
tugging at you.
intense, doesn't it?
Up there
Yeah.
it bothered me when the door closed, and then right where you got the portal in the closet up there.
Yeah.
Wow, you feel just a whole different thing
Wow.
up there.
Yeah. Now this door here, I was gonna throw it away because there's so many holes in it and it's so beat up, but I decided to keep it because this is actually another one of these stories. Now, when all of us girls got married, grown up and married and moved out, my dad turned the upstairs into his man cave. He took the bedroom wall down. He had a big pool table up there, a fridge. That was his place to go. Now, my 2 older boys were up there playing pool, and this door slammed. Now, you've seen my boys. They're good-sized boys. They couldn't get this door open at all. Now, we close it with a brick because it pops open. The house is just settled, and, you know. But they found an old metal Coleman cooler that my dad used to take ice fishing. And they put a bunch of old encyclopedias and stuff in it that they found. And they were using it like a battering ram. That's where these holes came from. And they still could not get the door open. So they were sitting on the stairs talking to one another. And they were trying to decide which was the lucky one that got to crawl out on the roof and jump down and come around and open the door when the door just popped open. Just popped open. So we have a man upstairs that does not overly enjoy
The
women,
grumpy man.
women and children.
Mm-hmm.
He's been very inappropriate with women. And actually pushed me down the stairs on my boat once so hard that I broke my tailbone. But I always say I'm coming up.
Yeah.
Just out of respect, hopefully it'll keep
So
him in
I have to ask a question.
Okay.
After everything that's happened to you here, what makes you stay?
Actually, I've been in and out of here many times.
Yeah?
And it's always about 7 years,
Mhm.
funny or not. something major always happens that brings me back here. And I don't know why that is. But
Something just tells you go back for some reason.
it like forces me to come back here. Like my dad got sick and I had to step up and take care of the house, and then I had to take care of my mother, and then people were coming in and taking things, so I had to come back to keep people out, you know.
Did
And
anybody else feel that?
You've heard something in there, right?
No, I felt like a really cool breeze that came
this
from
is
my
where you told me
right.
last time the temperature
Yeah,
fluctuates
like I
in
literally
here,
just got
right?
goosebumps.
This
Did
is
you
the
feel
room.
that?
it's getting colder.
Yeah, it was like
It
it was like
is
a
getting
gust. Do you have like a
colder.
window or
We
something
have lots of
open?
windows open.
Yeah,
It gets very hot, especially upstairs.
that was weird.
And it's cold in the winter.
That wasn't like a normal.
Well, there's a window open now.
Oh.
Yeah, but it didn't come from that direction. It literally came from
Yeah,
right
that window's
here.
not open.
Okay, so.
So we
then-
probably I feel
well,
something
then-
moving on my face,
Yeah.
but I don't know if
Do
it's
a
window.
temperature
Yeah.
check.
Have you ever gone through the house and like taken pictures in mirrors and seen anything in reverse?
Yes. Yes. In fact, if you have like a night vision IR type camera, and our cameras are on night vision, and you face them towards each other and take pictures, you will get crystal clear images of faces. We've done it. It's posted on our Facebook page. One of
So
them is my first
To
husband.
take a night vision camera and put it facing
Face
your
it, another
camera.
night vision camera, and then
Yeah.
click pictures. You get like these purple blue
Oh.
photographs.
Sure.
Oh, remind me, I'll show them to you.
I'm curious to see where that clear face that they got here,
I'll find
where
it.
that is.
Oh,
That's
I'll
right
just-
up there?
Yes.
I just always wonder about mirrors because they say they're like portals to other worlds.
Now,
and
when I
stuff.
was
Yeah.
a kid, I remember my dad, he was in this bathroom, and he came out, he was frightened. He said he looked in the mirror. It was not his,
Like I'm not.
Mirror.
it was not his eyes looking back
Hey,
at
you
him.
making that noise? Even the
And
cat, even the
I
cat
know-
jumped back right there.
They were never clear on really what was going on because we were kids and they didn't want to scare us more than
Yeah.
what we already were. But I do remember 3 or 4 times during my lifetime where my parents would take material, cloths, tablecloth sheets, whatever, and cover every mirror in the house. And wouldn't tell us why. And I always figured it was because of that one comment my dad made. When he looked into the mirror, it was not his eyes looking back at him. Now, there is another picture on our Facebook page that one of our visitors took as she was coming out of the portal closet, and she took it of the mirror that's on the dresser up there, and you can see faces and the image of a man holding a book in the mirror. And that's on
Nice.
the computer too. You can look at that. Okay, we're coming up.
Alrighty, I know this is where the party started for me.
All right. Candles.
Oh, wow.
Now this is the doll that the spirits use as a vessel. She's
Okay.
not haunted, but they do like jump in her or
Yeah.
whatever you want. Her head and her eyes have been known to move. People have seen it.
Oh wow, look at that.
I actually got her because
I don't
I thought
remember that doll.
she wasn't here last time.
Oh,
I
hello.
actually found her and got her because I thought she looked old-fashioned.
Beautiful.
And some of the girls here might like her.
That's
you know?
the door, man. That's the door. That's the door that
Yeah.
closed.
Oh yeah.
Now,
I'll show it to you. I got it right on. It's right on my page, but I'll
Yeah.
pull up the exact. You'll be like, what? Closed. And its weight. It's not like it can do it on its own.
yeah.
That thing just went. See, it had like butt marks like that in there that weren't there, and then you see butt marks right in
There
there.
shouldn't be any butt marks on there.
Look at the
but-
how clear that's like a butt mark right there at the end
Yeah,
of the
well,
bed.
we made that bed this morning. We haven't been up here since
See, and that's where the spirit, the
Was
portal
it,
is
was
right
it
in
made
there.
like this or?
When I was here, it was nothing. It was clearly
It does look
straight.
like
I went in there to grab my bag. I came back. There was a butt thing here and a butt thing there, but then you saw it starting to relieve itself, and it straightened out.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
And that's our portal.
That's where the portal
Okay.
is in there.
Yeah. And it will get really cold in there.
And the REM pod went berserker in here too. From
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you guys get it? That's pretty much all my story. Well, I didn't tell you the one about me in the bed here with my first husband. My first husband became a paranormal investigator because of this. He was a total non-believer, and he was talking smack like my friend Jim. And I told him
good
not
idea.
to. And the bed was turned this way, and he was laying closest to the closet, and then I was here, and then we had like a little nightstand in the corner. And between the headboard and up where we were laying was this. All the way across the bed.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And we
you
couldn't
telling me
even
that.
talk to each other. We were just so shocked. We just turned and looked at each other while our heads are doing this, you know? And it got to my side of the bed, and it was like just gone. You didn't hear, see, or feel anything. It was just like it disappeared.
Interesting.
Yeah, it was very scary. It was like a fist punching too, like
Yeah.
something was walking on its fists, because it didn't flex like a foot would flex. You know, you'd get that initial weight, and then like no, it was just like straight punching.
Does
all
this
the way
rocker
across.
ever move, out of curiosity?
I have a sign on it, don't sit, because there's no seat in it.
Does it ever rock on its own?
I took it out of the
that's what I'm
closet to
perceiving.
see if it would rock. Because when this chair was at my grandmother's, it rocked.
Oh wow.
On
Her
its
house-
own?
Yeah, on its own. She had it in a bedroom next to a bed. And it would rock. But I have never seen it rock here. I was kind of hoping it would.
We'll see what happens.
But
We'll try.
I don't have my haunted clown doll anymore that was here the last time you were here.
I don't remember, where was it?
He was right here on the dresser in the chair.
Oh. I'll have to
Nasty,
see when I
nasty
go
little.
back into
I
that
gave
video.
him to Tim Shaw. I'm like, take him home, get him out of here. Yeah.
Yeah, this definitely
Yeah.
gonna be cool to see it when it's dark. I never,
Yeah.
I did, it
So-
was all light when I was here.
Yeah. So, do you got any questions or anything before I let you guys get to it? No?
So you said you lived here your entire life, and it's been
Yeah.
passed generation and generation, right?
My parents came here early to mid 50s,
Okay.
and I was born in 66.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's been our family home
Okay.
this whole time.
And it was. Who did your parents get it from?
They bought it from the man up on the hill.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a farmer had it. And this was like just an old farmhouse.
Yeah.
You know? He would rent it to people.
Yeah.
They even used it for storage at one point. And
Interesting.
my parents were looking for a house, and
Yeah.
he said, well,
Is
buy
there
mine.
any like specific reason as to why you would think that it might be haunted?
As a kid growing up, I had no idea.
No.
But I'm pretty sure it's because of the big rock that the house is built on, and the river that runs underneath it.
Okay, which makes it very
Yeah,
active,
yeah.
I guess.
If you
a lot
go
of
to sell
energy.
this house, do you have to let them know that it's haunted when you
Yes,
sell
by
it?
law, you have
Okay.
to tell them it's haunted.
I always wondered if that, I heard yes, then I heard no.
Well,
You have-
it never used
you
to be
have
that
to
way.
disclose it? What if you
Yes.
don't disclose it?
You can be sued.
What if you say, I heard, but I didn't believe in it? You still have to tell them that
Well,
it's said
this
to
is
be
pretty
haunted?
much publicized all over,
Yeah,
over
this
the
is
world.
all over.
Yeah.
I think we're the top 5 or top 10 according to Travel Channel for haunted
Yeah,
houses.
haunted houses in New York. I think
Yeah.
you're top 3.
Cool.
Wow. Hinsdale's pretty scary.
Yeah, I haven't done that one.
Yeah, I've seen videos. I have not had the
Hinsdale.
pleasure of being there.
Yeah.
Hinsdale's good.
I
But
love
it
Hinsdale
looks pretty
housing.
scary.
Yeah.
Hinsdale's, yeah, you gotta go at least
Yeah.
once. I gotta go back.
The only thing that was bad about Hinsdale was all the locals kept trying to come
Oh,
while we were
nighttime,
there.
right?
So several times we had to go outside and be like,
Oh, that's
get off the property.
That's
So
annoying.
finally the owner called one of his buddies to like
Dan?
guard down the
Yeah.
road
Yeah. He's
to
a
stop
nice
people
guy.
from coming down.
Yeah.
Do you have that problem here too?
We have people don't realize that we live here.
Yeah.
They're
Oh,
set
look,
back
an abandoned
pretty
house
good.
or
Yeah,
something.
we are.
Right.
And you can't really see that anybody's here until you're
Hinsdale's
right up on us.
pretty much all the way down at the
Yeah.
at the loop.
It's just
Yeah.
in the
But
middle of nowhere.
You can drive right there though.
Yeah.
to
Down a
come
dirt
down the
road.
We have people show up day and night not realizing that we live here.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're probably trying to hope because it's a long driveway. Let's see
Yeah.
if it's an abandoned house. Maybe.
Yeah. Just trying to see what they can see.
Yeah.
You know? So
All right. Great.
those pine trees where the witches
Oh,
met up on
trees?
the
I
tracks.
tried to zoom in on
Through
that.
this window, you can see just the tops of the pine trees in the distance.
What a difference in how cool it is here.
Send the drone.
Actually, we could drive over there, I think.
Ask them to make it
Yeah,
cooler.
so that's on the
No
top of
kidding.
those
I
pine
don't know
trees
if I
back
ever
there.
told you the story.
Oh my God.
You know
Look at how those
I told
plants
you
are
there's no
moving.
people.
Must be
We were
raptors.
up here late.
Either that or
They,
Bigfoot.
And I made it smart. And the woodshed and the door to the side.
Oh yeah, it's their OG house.
Right here, this window here, this is where my computer stuff is now, my cameras
Oh okay.
on the inside.
Wow, that's a whole like cleaned up version
I
of
know,
what
it's
it,
like
how
totally
beautiful it could look.
Yeah, I never finished that picture though.
That's beautiful.
Totally forgot about it. This is a girl in a cloak. And
I thought that was Bigfoot.
no, it's a red
Oh, now you can see
a
the
red
red.
hooded cloak. Now it was coming over the spirit box, red witch, and I googled red witch. It pulled up some stupid game. I totally forgot about this picture.
Wow.
I was going through the closet
You
one
did
day.
that one too?
Yeah, I used to sell my artwork,
Beautiful. It's
and
beautiful trees.
I found this picture girl in a red cloak. So I put it out here, and the spirit box stopped saying Red Witch. I have other paintings in this other closet here.
Oh, the two I see are fantastic drawings.
Oh, I've got nicer ones.